Hi, welcome to the YouTube channel. Today is 9th Bruce, and in today's video, we'll be having a top-down analysis on EURUSD, GBPUSD, USDJPY, and gold. Okay, so let's start with DXY. Okay, that's the dollar index. So for the DXY, let's start with the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we have this here. So we wicked below the low, and then we wicked above the high too. Okay. So let's go to the daily time frame. We can have a structure here. So on the daily time frame, as you can see, we didn't have any closure on the time frame here. So the main break of structure on the daily time frame was this break of structure, and we have another break of structure here to the downside. Have a break of structure to the upside here. So let's check the weekly time frame. So there is the fractal structure on the weekly time frame and daily time frame. So we didn't have a closure here. Okay. So this is our low, strong low, then this is our strong high. As you can see, we wicked above and below, okay, without the closure. All right. So on the daily time frame too, we have this break here, okay, and this break we didn't have a closure. Okay, we'll check on the forward time frame if we had a closure here. Okay, so let's go to the forward time frame. So on the forward time frame, as you can see, we didn't have any closure here. Okay, so on the forward time frame, there is a 4-hour break of structure to the upside. So 4-hour bullish break of structure. All right, that's the 4-hour bullish break of structure to the upside. Okay, so let's clear this to leave room for. All right. So as you can see, we have this demand here. All right, we have this other block here, 4 other block. We have another. Okay, so this has been retested. Okay, so the only other block available on this 4-hour time frame is this other block. This other block here. Okay, so as you can see, we cleared this liquidity, and then we have this liquidity too here. So if price clears this liquidity, I'll be expecting price to drop to this demand. Give me a confirmation and then I'll buy. All right. So on the 4 time frame, we have this break here. Internal, or it is the fractal break. And then we have this break to the upside here. So on the 30 minutes time frame. So this is a whole structure on the 30 minutes time frame. All right. We had the break of structure to the upside on 30 minutes time frame. So price mitigated this demand and then it dished out for a beautiful 1:3 risk reward. All right. So we don't have any clear structure here because this was the high. The high was 99.082, and then the closure for this one was 99.083. Okay, so we had a closure here. So on the this is a break of structure to the upside. So on the 50 minutes time frame, we are having this other block here. On the 50 minutes time frame. Okay. And this one is an inducement. So I'll be waiting for price to come down, sweep this liquidity, mitigate this order block, then give me a fractal shift on the lower time frame to take the trade to break this liquidity high. All right. So the trade idea, this is a trade idea. Okay. That is a trade idea for 1:4 reward. Or better still, you can enlarge your stop loss and then for 1:3 reward. Okay, so this is a trade idea. Let's go to the Euro USD. On the Euro USD, we're having this break to the upside. Okay. This is a weekly break of structure on the Euro USD. Okay, so this is a daily break of structure to the upside. All right. So on a daily time frame, as you can see, we had a break here with a candle closure on the daily time frame. This is a daily demand block. So you have the daily order block here. Okay. It has not yet been mitigated. It has not yet been mitigated. So on a daily time frame too, we have this 4-hour break of structure to the downside here. So the 4-hour bearish break of structure. Okay. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame to check the structure there. So the 4-hour time frame, we have this 4-hour order block. So that's the supply zone here and the 4-hour time frame. And I was waiting for this high to get taken before I look for any short to the downside. All right. So we took that high. We had a fractal shift here and another break to the downside on the lower time frame too here. So let's see the lower time frame if we had a candle closure. So on a 30 minutes time frame, as you can see, we had this break of structure to the upside. Then we changed character here on the 30 minutes time frame. Price mitigated this 30 minutes on the block here and then dished out. So I was waiting for a confirmation on this other block, but I didn't get any confirmation. Okay, so that was my trade idea. So when you go to the 5 minutes time frame, you will see after mitigation, price broke this low. Okay, so after breaking that low, you will see this other block available here. Okay, so we had this small fair value gap. So I factor any fair value gap in price actions. So I was waiting for price to come back and mitigate this other block. And then I was looking for something like 1:5 risk to reward. But as you can see, price didn't come to mitigate that other block and dished out aggressively. So we had another break of structure here to the downside. Okay. So we had many break of structures to the downside. So when you go to the 50 minutes time frame too, on the 50 minutes time frame, we had this break here. Okay. So this is the decisional order block on the 50 minutes time frame. So the trade could have been like this to target the low here. But I still didn't take that trade because of this fair value gaps here. Small fair value gaps. So taking this trade, my stop loss could have been like this, 15 pips. And my take profit would have extended past the low for 1:3 because I also started 1:3. So I didn't take this trade. Okay. So I'll be looking to take the trade this week. So as you can see on the 30 minutes time frame, we're having this order block here, the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so in the 50-minute time frame too, and minimize this to this. So I'll be waiting for price to sweep this inducement. Okay, so this liquidity. I won't take trade on this block here. So price can come, give a shift, and then take those out, the early sellers. Okay, so after sweeping this liquidity and tapping to this supply block, I wait for a fractal confirmation on the lower time frame and then take the price to break this low. So this is the trade idea for the upcoming week. Okay, so that's the trade idea for the upcoming week. So let's go to the GBP So on GU, I don't think we have any correct price action here on GU. So on GU, this is the daily breakout structure to the downside. So the daily bearish breakout structure to the downside. We have the daily order block here. Okay, so this is the daily order block here. So the daily order block. Okay, so we have these two here for price to mitigate it. Okay, as you can see, I think that one fall in the, yeah, so that's the premium zone. As you can see, price mitigated the 50% fair value gap and then started dishing out. All right, so we took this liquidity high. So that's the liquidity high. My liquidity high. So this is a equal highs, equal high liquidity, yeah, equal high because of the uh, two taps. So we have equal high liquidity here. So this is my inducement. So I will never buy, I will never sell on the daily time frame until I see a sweep above the liquidity. Okay. So as you can see, we took this equal high liquidity and then we have this 4-hour breakout structure to the upside here. So 4-hour bullish breakout structure to the upside. So in the 4-hour time frame, we don't have any supply zone here on the 4-hour time frame. So let's go to the 2-hour time frame and see. So on the 2-hour time frame, we have this supply zone here. I'm sorry, this demand zone. Okay, on the 2-hour time frame. Okay, with a fair value gap on the 2-hour time frame. We also have this as our decisional order block on the 2-hour time frame. Okay, yeah. So as you can see on the 4-hour time frame, we broke above the high, and then let's see if we had a pending closure on the lower time frame. So on the 30-minute time frame, as you can see, we are not having any closure here on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so this is the low that caused the break of structure to the upside, and we are not having any closure below. On the 50-minute time frame too, we don't have any closure below here. Okay, so no closure here. On the 50-minute time frame too, no closure. So I don't have any um, good setup on the GBPUSD. But as you can see, we have this uh, demand fill here. Okay, so this demand has already filled. So you can also look to take action on this zone because we have this equal high liquidity resting above. We have this inducement here. Okay, so you can wait for price to sweep and mitigate this 50 minutes order block. So after mitigating, you work with confirmation here and then sell. All right. So when price mitigates this zone, we will look for a confirmation on this zone because this is a liquidity. Inducement. Okay. So we look for confirmation on either zone to buy. Okay. Or better still, on this zone to buy. All right. So we will look for confirmation on one of the zones to buy to tackle this liquidity here. Okay. So this is the liquidity that I'll be looking to tackle on the GBPUSD. So when price breaks below this, then our order flow shifts to bearish. All right. So let's go to the USDJPY. So on USDJPY, you have this daily breakout structure to the upside. Okay. And we have this 4-hour breakout structure to the upside. Okay. So on a 4-hour time frame too, we don't have any demand zone here. We swept these inducements. Okay. We swept this one too. All right. So on the 2-hour time frame, as you can see, we don't have any other block. So on the 1-hour time frame too, we had this here. Okay. But I wouldn't use this as my other block. So as you can see, price didn't mitigate this 1-hour demand and then gave 4-hour fractal shift here. Okay, so on the 30-minute time frame, as you can see, on the 30-minute time frame, we don't have any viable structure here, and viable um, demand. So we have this 4-hour demand zone. The 4-hour, sorry, we have this 15 minutes. We have this 15 minutes demand. Okay. Let me check on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so 15 minutes demand. We have another 15 minutes demand zone here. Okay. So we have two other blocks here. With this being our liquidity zone. So I'm waiting for price to mitigate one and then look for a fractal confirmation on the lower time frame. Okay. We're looking for a mitigation on one. Okay. For a fractal confirmation on the lower time frame. Then I'll buy to the upside. Okay. So let's check XAUUSD, which is good. So on gold, This is our for break of structure, and then we have for break of structure to the downside here on gold. Okay, so we have this. We have this here. Okay, and as you can see, we have this break of structure to the upside on gold. Okay, so let's mark the structure well. So we had this to the downside, this to the upside, and then another break of structure to the upside. So let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. So on the 30-minute time frame, this is a structure on the 30-minute time frame. So we don't have any demand zone here. On the 50-minute time frame too, we don't have any demand zone. Okay. So the only demand zone that was available was this one. And it failed. Okay. We didn't get any fractal confirmation here on the 5-minute time frame. So this demand zone failed here. Alright. We don't have any demand zone again on this price leg. So I don't have any good structure on the good. So what I will be looking for is this as my strong low. Okay. So I'm waiting for the 1 hour fractal confirmation. So as you can see, we've broke this low. Okay. I'll be waiting for another break to take one of the lows, and then I'll enter on the pullback with my stop loss below this low and my take profit for 1:3 risk to reward.